recording. I don't want to have people have to deal with 10 minutes on the replay, and I don't yet know how to edit it. So that's how I made the mistake, was I turn it off when I come in. Would you all help me remember to record, so I don't do again what I did to Dove last week when he had such a great class and I didn't record it. Okay, so now I have to do something. I have to make this smaller to get what I want to show you. Okay, and then I'll come back to the room and screen share. Share screen. Okay, and then here we go. So you see this this slide, right? Does everybody see the slide? I can't see you, but
Yes,
yes, you see the slide. Okay, so in this slide, let me make it bigger. This man is walking, or this person, this being is walking along the journey of life, and he's got blinders on, but he thinks he can see. So he could see the inscription, she, it, her, they could see the inscription, but they're not seeing their daughter because they're programmed with their beliefs. And the same is going on with the headset. This being believes they're hearing their thoughts, but they're not hearing everything. And so it's an experience of being like a puppet of their beliefs in this hypnosis. So just a second. Okay, now I would like to, on this next slide, have us talk from that sleepy place of hypnosis. I would like us to just call out, what does destiny mean to the hypnotized person? And what I mean is, like, when I don't usually like to use the word ego. I prefer the word conditioned self, or the residue of the conditioned self. But let's say the ego. What does the ego think of destiny? Just call out any words. I would say confinement, bad news, anything, and any words that come to you when you think of destiny. From the ego.
Unbelievable.
Unbelievable. In a good way or a bad way?
In a bad way.
Bad way, yeah. Great. Anybody else?
Virtually impossible to fulfill potential.
Yes. Unable to fulfill potential. Impossible. Yes, because we never think of destiny from the ego as our potential of unlimited potential, like quantum physics says that we are. It seems like bad news, right? Anybody else have a destiny? What comes up? It's your destiny.
I have one, Rosalind. End of the line.
Yeah, in a bad way, right?
Yeah, not so good.
Yeah. Anybody else? Robin, do you have anything that comes to you?
Forget about it.
Forget about it?
Yeah. That's the New Yorkese.
Yeah, forget about it, right? Yeah, great. Did Karen and Rich leave?
Karen's here.
Okay, they're not showing on my screen. Karen and Rich, do you have anything to contribute on what the ego has to say about destiny?
You'll never make it.
Rich said
Oh.
eternal.
What's that?
Rich said, go ahead, Rich.
I said eternal.
Eternal.
Eternal. So the ego thinks of destiny as eternal. And is that a good way or a bad way? What's the association?
I think it's a good way.
Okay,
Yeah.
so your ego thinks of eternal as good.
Right.
Awesome,
For me,
awesome.
it's a repetition.
You have the
Say that again.
Repetition,
Repetition. Repetition of what?
and you have
the past.
you have the
Oh, yes.
And
It's
click
going
on
to be more of the past, right? Yeah, thank you. That's great. Anybody else?
How about you'll never make it?
Yes. Dismal.
No
You'll-
free will.
No free will. Yes.
A programmed future,
Say that again, Diane.
a programmed future.
A programmed future, like we're going to be in a straitjacket, right?
It's all pre-planned.
Pre-planned, but in a good way or a bad way?
It's kind of neutral. There's not a lot of options of choice. It's
Okay.
just as it
And-
is.
And when you think, when you hear you don't have a lot of options, what is your felt sense? Check your body, check your association. Not a lot of options.
Rosalind, I'm having an experience of thinking when I heard, I didn't see the destiny versus free choice, but when you said destiny, I thought about calling or vocation. And when I see destiny versus free choice is what we're offered, what I believe I'm offered as a human. Destiny is what I am born to do.
Okay. And choice brings, let's go to choice. Choice, anybody else on choice? That was great, Karen. Anybody else on choice? What does the ego think about choice? Does the ego love choice?
No.
Yes, yes.
Yes, the ego
I think
loves
it does, yeah.
choice. Thank you, Dove. Can you say more about that?
Well, yeah, ego loves options. I got plenty of options.
Yes, that's great. Anybody else?
Not always.
Not always, yeah. because
No,
we have
that
to
can be
worry.
very confusing.
Confusing. But you see, free choice feels a little bit more possible, except if you're going to how Karen has described it. We were going from a sleep place. Karen was talking from an awake place. But when we go to that sleepy place that we forget our potential and we're in the hypnosis, destiny does not feel good. I mean, there were no positive associations from the ego to destiny, except for Rich and Karen, who are in their awake place right now. We can't say that they always are. Probably they forget too. Right, Rich and Karen?
I have a destiny from the ego. It's called not God.
Yes, right. All right. So, and what about free? Let's, Rico, I can't see the raised hand, so just call out for right now. Do you have anything else, or did you already say it?
Muted.
I think you already said it. Okay, so what are the associations from the ego of free? How do you feel if you're going to get something for free?
Good.
You feel good?
Yeah.
And now, do you ever feel?
Independent.
Say it again, Mayfer.
Independent. Independent.
Independent.
Independent. Thank you. Independent. Yes. Free. No ties. But does the ego believe there are anything coming for free?
I get strings attached.
Yeah, strings
Comes with a
attached.
price.
Yeah, where's the hidden price? Am I going to feel like I'm going to pay you back? Is it really free? Okay.
Autonomous.
Autonomous. Yeah, we love that, right? And we could say autonomous also brings up, for some people, what Rico said is not God. If I'm autonomous, I am free of everything, including God, right? If I'm on my high of myself, the chooser, right? Okay,
You're
I
gonna
think
get something free from the ego. Ego, you're not gonna get it, and ego's gonna tell you it's your fault.
yes, it goes both ways, right? It tempts you and then it blames you, right? Great warm up. Okay, so now I'm going to, I don't want that, sorry. Okay, I have to, no, I don't want that. I don't want that. Oh, no. Okay. This is what I want. I want to, okay, this is what I want. Okay. I have to, okay, it's going to start when I'll screen share in a minute, but it's going to start with a man saying to, because I'm in the middle, I'm not going to play the whole video. He says to Muji, when my mind is not there, I am perfectly happy. Okay, now I got to screen share. It's only approximate where I'm starting, so. Share screen. All right.
To do something, I want something that was not
Yeah,
there.
finally, my mind was not there.
Yes.
But
Yes.
when my mind is not there, I am happy about.
Yes. Can you see now the distinction between that you are not your mind? You are not your mind. Because when the mind is not there, I'm perfectly happy. Who is this high who is perfectly happy when the mind is not there? You see, mind was not there, then perfect happiness was there. Now you say mind is here. Are you not here?
I am here and I am, in this moment, I am mostly here with my heart. I am not much here with my mind. I am just trying to drink what is coming.
You are here, you say, mind was not there when, and I was completely happy. Now I am here and mind is here. Mind is here also, I am here also. Okay? In what way is mind interfering with you?
Oh, my mind can interfere in so many ways.
Mind cannot interfere if you, I was saying before, even the greatest salesman in the world cannot sell you if you don't buy. We feel that as soon as mind is there, it has the higher authority or the higher power. It is not true. If mind holds you with 1,000 arms, but you don't hold back, there's something powerful in that. How does mind become powerful? What you say, mind meaning thoughts. How can thoughts become powerful? Oh, they have no power by themselves. No thought has power by itself. Thought only has power, the power it gets from you, from your belief, it gives it power. Otherwise, it has no power. All thoughts are equal in weightlessness. But your belief gives them strength, power. We have to be clear about this. You have to be clear about this. A thought cannot think itself. A thought cannot survive without contact with you. No thought is self-employed. It relies upon contact with your interest, your attention, and then it can grow and be something. Also, I want to say, mind is not sentient. Do we understand what I mean by this?
No.
No, sentient means it is not the source of the existence. It doesn't have will. Mind does not have will. There's not something like there's a mind thinking, oh, I want to make a mess of your world today. There's no such thing as this. Even this you believe, and you believe it into existence. Mind, like the moon, actually, there's a beautiful example, comparison of mind being similar to moon and you being similar to sun. That they say the moon has no light of its own. It appears to, but it's only the reflected light in the sun. Beautiful example. Mind has no light of its own. It is carrying the reflected light from the self. But yet, because somehow, mystically, mysteriously, somehow, it appears that mind is acting independently of you. It appears mind is acting independently of you. I want you to come, and you will come to see mind has no power. Mind has no power. Mind has the power only of belief. Mind has no power. In a way, mind is innocent. I can even say this. All its power it's deriving from you. You're supplying energy to it in the form of belief. This is why one thought for you might be so disturbing because somebody else is not at all. So this is a proof that the thought does not have true authority. Because if the thought had true power, it would have the same power for everyone, and it doesn't. The power of the thought is in the thinker's mind. I just want to say this thing. You see, if you don't say, suppose the mind is shaking like a tree in the wind, a tsunami of thought is inside. Do you know that you can still be in total peace?
Yeah, theoretically, yes.
Does anybody know beyond theoretically? Yes. You can look around. There are a few people who know that even if mind is shaking, you can be in complete peace. How is it possible? Because for most people, mind goes boo. Yeah. But for some, mind can be whatever it wants to play, but it has no consequence upon the beingness.
No, but I was wrong. I know it also that when my mind is attacking me, I can do many things to not to listen to
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
I know
And it works?
several techniques. Yes,
It works. Yeah.
It works.
Yeah. But only as a temporary effect it works?
Well, it works in the moment. That is the only important thing.
The important, how it becomes permanent is when you're clear that mind itself is illusory. We'll come to that. But you feel, oh, my mind's attacking. That's a sort of belief also. And we believe that into existence. Your belief the mind is attacking me is a belief that gives further strength to the mind.
Yeah, but I feel it.
Yes.
Like if it is not only a belief of a thought coming.
Yes.
An attack of the thought is coming, and then perhaps one emotion is coming together because the thoughts remind me something.
Try this thing. If thoughts come, like a hurricane of thoughts, and emotions come, don't say they should not come. Take this attitude, let them come. It's perfectly okay. Who says they should not come? But don't say, this means I am not who I am. Don't say, this takes me away from the truth. Because these are powerful thoughts to add to that mischief. Say, let everything come. Let everything play. But I will just exist through my eyes in this relationship. I'll just observe. This is a very, very simple advice. It works every time. Let it happen. Let it happen. Because your struggle to try and to prevent it actually energize the mind even further. And if it doesn't get that type of energy, that kind of response back from you, it has nowhere else to go but to subside again and be quiet. You're relating with it based upon the position of being a victim to the mind, somehow perpetuates the power that mind seems to have.
The problem arises more when if I am in a relationship, in a relation, if somebody is telling you something or something is happening in relation with somebody else, and you cannot every time you say, hey, wait a minute, I check where I am, I check myself, and then I answer you. It's like,
That's not what I'm saying. That's not what I'm saying. At a certain point of your looking, even for a short, some people in the space of very short time of deeply checking in with themselves, come to final clarity about themselves, that I am not that. And after this, they're not bothering about, oh, if the mind behaved like this or not, it's not really important. And somehow there continue to be a sort of an inner solitude in every situation. It will be like this in every situation, whether you're in the city or the countryside or in the sea or you're in the mountains or you're with a lot of people or you're by yourself, it will be the same, that evenness of being. That is the purpose of this introspection. That's where it brings you. Not only a sort of like a painkiller for the moment, but an opportunity of looking steadfastly and to be totally clear until this amnesia is over. And it will be over. It happened here and it's happening in other beings. It comes to some end. The mischief comes to some end. Because none of this stuff that you're talking about was original with you from the beginning. They came after you. They're secondary. They were not original. They're not original to you. They're add-ons. They're not original with you. In the same way they can go. And if you've had experiences, some moments or some people, weeks, months even, of a period of very easy flowing consciousness, like you're walking through the Red Sea, everything is opening up in front of you effortlessly. That's also great. We've seen that. Why should it not be continuous? You may find out. Why is it not continuous? Because somehow still when the mind comes back, it still found the I, me there, and it could negotiate. The I, me itself also is not real, but you, the consciousness, develop an affection for this secondary identity, for the personality, for the idea you have of yourself. And it's the idea you have of yourself that is struggling with other ideas it has about itself.
Okay, I'm going to stop it here. Rico, you have your hand up. Do you want to share?
I didn't. I think I forgot to put it down. My apologies.
Oh, okay.
I love that content though. I love Muji, but I love what he was talking about.
yeah, your words are really.
Okay. Am I on screen share now or am I off?
Off.
You're off.
You are on screen.
I'm on screen, but am I on, you don't have screen share. I'm on screen. Okay. So, were you at all taken with that idea? I want to share some more about the idea of the salesman. So, are you good with just one more slide here? Okay. Okay, I have to screen share. Okay. So you see the screen? Yes? Anybody yes?
Yes, we see.
Yes.
Okay. So here is a vending machine. And this vending machine are your thoughts. And in this direction, we have perception, beliefs, thoughts, feelings, experiences, because we want the thought, right? And this here, sorry about this, I'll push my video away, see if that helps. Here we have the face looking at the vending machine at the thoughts. We're buying into them. But here, the head is turned away. And what do we have a chance then to perceive, to experience, to know? And that's the oneness, that empty, translucent, aware presence, what quantum physics calls our potential, our energy potential. For me, that's that image, that metaphor of the sails. I really liked it. It was really helpful to me. Do you have any reactions to what you heard from Muji or what we've talked about so far? How does it fit with the Course in Miracles stuff?
Well, it's an interesting analogy. I thought everything he said, I also like the salesman thing. It spoke volumes to me. I guess I thought he went on too long on the same subject, but basically, the salesman thing shows that you are not your thoughts. And as he says, the thoughts mean nothing, but you can energize them by your belief.
Mm-hmm.
So, it's right in line with the Course in Miracles. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Anybody else? All right. Well, I'm going to go on here if nobody has. Did somebody have something to say?
I do, Araba.
Okay, please, Arba.
Sure. I really liked at the end. You have a little bit of an echo, I think, because people are unmuted, but that doesn't matter to the recording. So I really liked at the end when he talked about the I, me identity, personality, and the attachment to that, being enamored with that, and that being the struggle with being in the aware, translucent presence all the time. And that's why when mind comes back, you are giving energy to belief. And that felt really powerful to hear expressed in that way. That's not a new idea, but I really appreciated looking at it through that lens, because I do think as we were listening to the questioner, as Muji was giving answers, you could just see and feel the resistance to hearing. It was the but no, but no, but no, and describing it with that last sentence, it was just so perfect to describe what was actually happening throughout that discourse with Muji.
Yeah, thank you, Arba. I felt the same way. I really valued the questioner saying, but this, but this, but this, because isn't that what we do? Yeah, oh yeah, I believe all that, but in this case, this is way too big for that to apply, or whatever. If it only took one sentence, then we'd all be there, because we've heard the sentences of truth in A Course in Miracles. But then what we do with that, from that hypnotic place of, not seeing that we're doing, like that man didn't see it. And if I played it longer, and it's way too long to play here, he does get it. He does get it. And that's very sweet to see. But it took some time. It takes what it takes. Yeah. Anybody else have a reaction? Diane, what was your response?
Well, I thought he did a great job of explaining it, of what the mind actually is and what the mind actually is not.
Mm-hmm.
And I felt that was really clear.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I like that too. Yeah. Yeah. I'm gonna go to my next slide and see if that prompts even more. So I made this slide of choice versus destiny. And what I put in here, because of the hypnosis, I put an elephant rather than a person. Because when we think of a person and our free choice, all those associations that we had in the beginning of in the slide, it says eat, drink, socialize, mate, fight. Those are the elephant's apparent choices. And we have many, many more. Am I screen sharing? Do you see this?
No,
But
everything.
we don't see it yet.
Oh my goodness. Okay. I'm so enamored of the slide that I'm talking without. Okay. I need an assistant to do all this for me. Okay. Share screen. Okay. Okay. So you seeing it now?
Yes.
Okay. So choice versus destiny again. And here's the elephant. And as I said, these are her apparent choices. He or she can eat or not, drink or not, socialize, mate, fight, and there are many more choices. If I were to put a person here, it is my position, at least tonight, that our hypnosis would kick in and our beliefs about choice, about destiny, about free would kick in. And so I think it's valuable to see the elephant there representing us because it feels more expanded if I think of the elephant. And then the other side, if I'm not buying what the mind offers, then what do I have? I have something like effortless presence. But this word, the life force, that life force, the word force, we generally don't like the word force. Who raise your hand if you like to be forced? I don't see it. I don't see your faces on my screen, but I'm pretty sure nobody's hand has gone up. But the life force, even within our hypnosis, we do accept that pretty much. We accept that there is something, even in our most spiritually bankrupt moments. I think we all agree that there is a life force. And it develops, I'm making up a word here, it develops isness. And if we take the personal out of it, then, and we take the not buying the thoughts that are being sold, we have the experience of being moved. We're never going to be still. We're never going to not make choices. But is there possibly a destiny that's moving us through the life force? And I offer that to you as for your response. How does that land on you? Rafi.
Okay. There it goes. Okay. I don't know if I use the word destiny, but we are, seems to me, innately compelled to seek what our true nature is. But with an ego mind running it, and if you're not paying attention to it, you think it's you. It's saying that you can find it in the world, which of course is impossible. That's why it can never be satisfied. But somewhere underneath that is our basic life force, isness, beingness, whatever you want to call it, that is compelling us to go back or to seek the truth of what we really, really, really are. Again, because our minds are shattering away and saying you can find it in the world if you have that relationship, or if you have this much money, or if you have that kind of success, or whatever. But we know that because of things like A Course in Miracles and all the other spiritual practices we can follow, that that's ego driven, and an ego there's no such thing as satisfaction. So if we're searching for happiness where it isn't, that's destined to be unhappiness, constantly unsatisfactory. But if we go to where we have the choice to go, well, I'm not going to listen to that, and I'm going to go back and find my source, that's a choice. When we say we have free choice, that's the free choice we have.
So well said. And I wonder if we could reinterpret the word destiny. The Course says, and I'm sure that Dove could expand on this for us, that it's all been written. And then we like to add on, but this and but that. But I wonder if we're taking out the personal and we're not buying the thoughts, isn't that a doorway? Isn't that a possibility that we could see our destiny in this moment and being led and using the life force? Would it not offer us the opportunity to let go of the blame and the guilt and the shame? All of that's about personal. That's all about a person, a doer, who did this and did that and should have done that. But what if we were free to be in the beingness of every moment? We would still take action. The ego says we wouldn't. We need to be a personal person to take action. Rich, do you have something to say?
I'm not sure how this relates, but I was reading the 4th chapter in the Being Myself, the Rupert book this morning, and he tells the story of John Smith, who's playing the role of King Lear. You remember that piece? People who have read it. And he's so deeply into his role that when he comes off the stage, he said, "Who are you?" "Well, I'm King Lear," And the person says, "No, you're not King Lear. Go deeper." And he says, "Well, I am King Lear. I'll see how I'm dressed, blah, blah, blah." He says, "Go deeper." So then he says, "Oh, wait a minute. I'm really John Smith," which is his name in the illusion. And then they say, "Go deeper." And it is this sense of releasing all this blended energy of the disguises that we wear with the real true self, the big F self. And it is the process of working through that and dispensing with these disguises that we wear.
Yeah,
so
that's so beautiful. I'm so glad you brought that up. That is very much germane to what we're saying. So well said. Yeah, Lynn, please.
What comes to me is I will step back and let him lead the way. In the 12-step program, they say we will get out of our own way. We will let go and let God. And step back my persona and let him, my real self, lead the way.
Beautiful. Yeah, it fits. Dove, do you have any reactions? Oh, and Mayfer.
Yeah, I wanted to say there's one lesson where Jesus actually says a happy outcome to all things is sure. And I think it's the only place where he basically says, no matter what you think is going on now, a happy outcome for all things is sure. That's lesson 292. In fact, I just posted it today on Instagram, that particular lesson.
Yeah, perfect. Mayfer, do you want to?
Yeah, I think I am grateful that I think the life forced me to choose God. And I think that my destiny is I put the future in the hands of God.
Mhm. Mhm. And in this non-dual, there is only the one. So we're speaking of we represent, we are a localization of the one. And so there are no separate wills. And the Course says that repeatedly, right, Dove? And Mayfer, you're an expert at this as well. So it just reminds us all the time, the non-dual, that when we're thinking as two, we're then kind of then buying into that sales pitch. I love that idea that we don't have to buy it. If we don't buy it, it doesn't have to, it can run its show. It can keep on doing whatever it does, and it doesn't have to hurt. It doesn't have to upset. It doesn't have to scare. It doesn't have to threaten. Does that make, how do you with that, Mayfer?
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, because I know you know that place. You know what's been new to me to understand? Rupert says often, you are the meditation. And I'm going, how am I the meditation? I didn't get that. Does anybody else not get that? Raise your hand if you don't get that. Everybody gets it but me. And what he meant is that place where the usual meditation is trying to reach, you know, you watch your breath, you think of a mantra, you do whatever type of meditation, and then you let go of the self. That's the goal of meditation, is to quiet the mind, to stop the talking, the sales pitches. And you are already, is what he was saying. I didn't get it. You are, that is your beingness. That is the oneness. You are already. That's why it's a little different from the Course, because the Course says, well, it does say eventually, forget this course, just come with empty arms to the love that you are. That's a paraphrase from 189. But that's what he means when he says you are already that. So meditate if you like, do whatever you like, but you are already that. But don't meditate to get somewhere, because you're already there. That is who you are. I think it's so beautiful. And the Course says that too, in other ways. Dove, please.
I am the meditation, or you are the meditation. Reminds me of a very famous thought from India. God is the space between the thoughts, which is not any different than between the breaths. You know, there's the intake and the outtake, and the space between the breath is where you are.
Yes, that's so beautiful. Yes. Yes.
And Nisargadatta, who was probably one of the top Indian teachers, the name of his biography is called "I Am That."
Yes.
I am that.
I am that. Yes. And if we use that phrase, you know, Rico sometimes reminds us of that phrase, but we can do that with everything. We can do that even with the thoughts that we're not buying. You know, we don't have to make them alien and foreign and our enemy and resist. I did like that part of the video that repeats that. Don't try to get rid of these thoughts. Allow them to come. Then they're nothing if you don't buy. just don't buy. Think of the things that we get sold all the time. Oh my God, everything's coming on your email now, on your Facebook, on your, you give your email to one thing and they sell it to 20 other things. And right, you have an opportunity to buy, and you don't. And so we can do the same with our thoughts. We can make it that much of a nothing. If we got upset with every sales opportunity that comes on our computers, we'd be upset all the time. Arva, please.
I think Rich was next.
Yeah,
Rich has his hand up.
I did several
Okay,
times.
there you go, Rich. I don't see
What I
everything.
wanted to say is that I kind of have a backdoor approach to this. We talked about this in our text group a little while ago, that when one wants to experience the sense of the oneness, one has to just go to a place in their history where they've found it. And I think everyone has that. I mean, everybody has a moment, whether it's in a song, whether it's when you're splashing in the ocean, whether it's running down, whatever it is. I know I have times when I found that. So it is there. There's evidence within us that that the real I am is there. And so we know the way to get there. We just don't know that we know it. So my exercise is to find the time when you were there. How did you get there? Go again.
Yeah, that's a beautiful portal. I think that the non-dual would call that a portal.
Mm-hmm.
And I think if Rupert were here, I can do my best to pretend that I know what he would say. Of course I don't, but I think what comes up right away is that the sun cannot shine. That's an example he uses all the time. The sun's rays go out, but the sun can't shine on itself. It is the radiation. So we are already that. And whatever portals to bring us back are useful. But I love that. And I guess Muji had one also about the moon and the rays, and we are already that radiation, but it looks like the light is on the moon. And if we need the moon, and if it helps, I think it's a great suggestion. I think that's a great idea for us all to go, maybe right now, to what Rich said. Let's think of a time, a moment, a second, even today. If right now there's some peace, let's go to that and feel the oneness. Let's know that we're not separate beings. We are the one being. We are the light. We are what quantum physics says we are. We are universal potential. We are already the quantum field. There's nowhere to go. There's nothing to get. We are it. I am that. We are the ocean. We are the waves. We are the apparently separate people. We are what God is. And in our breath, and in the space between our breaths, we can know the oneness. Arba, you had something to say? And Dove did too. Dove, did you raise your hand again? Or is it the same one?
Yeah.
Okay, let's go to Arba and then we'll go to Dove.
I just wanted to say, when you were showing your slide and you brought up the word force, force as a verb has a negative sort of connotation, but force as a noun suggests power and energy. And I think that is why we accept this idea of us being energy, the energy within. And as I heard Rafi speaking, well, Star Wars really sort of popularized this idea of the force, like something that connected every living being and thing, and that we were all part of. And so that term, I think we accept because it's actually been a part of the Western culture. In that way, that idea was introduced. And as Rafi was speaking, he talked about feeling compelled, and I'm a word junkie. And one of the things that I have really made it a point to remember is to not use the word compelled, because that is aligned with force. And in some way that describes sort of a struggle, like being pushed to being moved, and instead using the word impelled because it comes from within. And that helps me remember the oneness is in, through, and with me flowing. So I just wanted to share
Beautiful.
that.
Thank you. And I think you're in good company. We appreciate your sharing and your teaching there. I love words too. And I know there are others here who do. Thank you, Araba. And Dove, please.
Thank you, Arbor. I think we're all word junkies. I know I am. Yeah, the idea of force being a noun is like, may the force be with you. You know, that's a very high positive energy.
Yes.
Where David Hawkins has a book called Power versus Force, where force is negative and power is the, okay. What I was gonna say is, if you want to practice anything that came up tonight, it's like, do not react to your own thoughts. You can watch your thoughts, but do not buy into them. You know, exactly as the super salesman, you know, he can't sell to someone who does not buy into the thoughts. Another way of putting the same thing is, don't take your thoughts seriously, which is where you get that idea of, you got to laugh. Remember, this whole world started when the Son of God remembered not to laugh. So as you do not take your thoughts seriously, you start to smile a lot more.
So beautiful. So well put. Thank you. And we're just about out of time. And so I want to share one more slide as a going away thought. Let me bring it up. And then I'll screen share with you. Here we go. This is Rupert. Give your mind to whatever comes and goes. Give your heart to that which remains always with you. Is that lovely?
That's nice.
Yeah. All right, everybody. Thank you so much for being here tonight. We bless you. We bless ourselves. We are the one. We appreciate
Thank you all.
Thank you. Bye.
Thank you.
Be Happy New Year.
Happy
New Year.
I'll see you next year.
Happy New Year. I'll see you before that, though.
Thank you.
God bless. Thank you. Love you.
Homera and Erica, you're here at right at the end. Were you here earlier and I didn't see you?
No, I thought it was at 4:30, so I came in a little bit late, but whatever I heard was beautiful. Thank you so much.
All righty. And Erica, did I miss you on the screen?
Happy New Year.
No, I couldn't come
Happy
early.
New Year.
I look forward to the recording, and I just wanted to say I wanted to make sure that I got a chance to say Happy New Year before next week.
All righty. Thank you, Erica. Thank you.
It's been a
Homera.
blessing.
Hey, Erica.
We
meet
look
you.
forward to your joining us next time, and Dove will be leading next time. Thank you, everybody. Love you.
Thank you.
so
God bless
much.
you. Thank
Love
you so
you.
much for this year. Thank you.
What are you showing us, Erica?
It's a heart.
It's a heart
Oh,
rock,
beautiful.
but it's a natural rock. It's not like it's
Oh,
just
I thought
polished.
that
But
was in the shape of a heart, isn't it?
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
beautiful.
So beautiful. Thank you.
Thank you, Erica. I'll see you soon, Len.
Happy, healthy, holy.
Happy, love you. Mwah.